Hey everyone, it's Nerviews, and welcome to my review of 2016's TMNT 2 slash Out of the Shadows. Timestamps to areas in this spoiler review will be in the description. There are space spoilers for this movie and Mutant Mayhem. Sorry. This movie takes place about 2 years after Shredder's defeat in the 2014 movie, as explained by an interviewer at the Knicks game. It takes a turn when Shredder's prison intercept is hijacked by the Foot and Shredder escapes. The rest of the movie involves tracking down Shredder and a new villain, and the Turtles' and company's aim to stop them. 2016's TMNT improves with a funner, goofier tone, standout moments in character designs, additions and recasts, but suffers with some majorly present character narrative choices, with Leo, and unmemorable and underutilized characters. But this movie is a welcome, fun, and goofy follow-up that also makes up for what the first film lacked. 2014's TMNT had the Foot Clan looking more akin to hired guns than the usual ninjas they were. 2016's TMNT 2 had them more looking like ninjas than the 2014 version, which is a better change. Speaking of better changes, Karai and Shredder were recast. Karai was not a pushover as much as she was in the 2014 version, but she did get beat down by April and Vern of all people. She also was really only just there as an intimidating presence with Shredder, which is an improvement over her 2014 version. Shredder shares an intimidating screen presence with Karai, and I don't believe he even fights the Turtles at all, which is a bit of a shame. Shredder also shares a screen with Baxter Stockman, Bebop, and Rocksteady. Baxter fits the role of giddy scientist throughout the movie, and I didn't have a problem with him. Bebop and Rocksteady fit the roles of the buffoonish goons that they already are in some iterations, and I didn't have a problem with it. All four TMNT brothers had their time to shine, but not in the way you think. Leo was obviously affected by what the purple ooze could do to him and his brothers, but that does not excuse you from being a dick to your brothers for a lot of the movie. He seemed to forget that it was him and the team that took down the Shredder in the first movie. So, demoralizing the entire team throughout most of the movie, while you were all trying to get very important items and stopping Shredder's plan, was not the best play by Leo. Thankfully, this didn't stay that way with Leo for the entirety of the movie. The rest of the brothers had all their time to shine from Leo's eventual leadership, Donatello testing and figuring out things, Raph standing up and acting against Leo's bullshit, to Mikey being a bit of an airhead, but emotionally intelligent member of the team. There was some of the Mikey and April thing for a bit, yet I didn't have a problem with it since in the 2014 version, the rest of the brothers were actively discouraging him from doing it, compared to the Mutant Mayhem brothers just letting it happen. That, unfortunately, is a running theme in some of the current April Turtle ships. They're letting it happen. Name one turtle brother who wasn't having a relationship in the 2012 TMNT TV series. Go on, I'll wait. That's right, they are letting it happen just like they let it happen in Mutant Mayhem. Based on the sort of tone this movie was going for, I actually didn't mind this version of Casey Jones. I didn't have a problem with him as a cop, and since Stephen Amell has some comedic chops behind him, such as in the Arrowverse, in my opinion, only made the performance sell better. They can't be that stupid to hang out at the same bar. Yeah, they can. Then something around the lines of, I'll distract Bebop and Rocksteady, you'll go for the beacon. That's not such a great idea.
Yeah, we don't even know how many foot we're gonna deal with.
Well, do you wanna switch? And then April and Vern are just shaking their heads is just too memorable. Krang's plan in the movie is to open a portal, rebuild his technodrome, and destroy the city, in which I didn't have a problem with. In terms of the 1987 like Krang, this has got to be the Krangiest Krang I have ever seen so far. Mucus-covered Krang and his tentacles are merged into tubes or coils attached to his robot body, and is pretty sick looking. Vern was turned into a celebrity that took down Shredder, that then used his celebrity status to help April and the Turtles, which I didn't have a problem with. There is also a Laura Linney police lady who works with the Turtles and tries to convince them to lead a normal life, but the Turtles don't, so she doesn't make much of an impact in the story. Leo's realization about the team, the brothers wanting to be accepted by society, and the purple ooze itself all tie together, even though the ending of them not wanting a normal life is a bit wonky. Mutant Mayhem shares the themes of acceptance with Out of the Shadows, but Mutant Mayhem rushed them all into school and had a rush finale and ending over Out of the Shadows' wonky one. It may not be fair to pair a first outing with a second outing of a TMNT iteration, but since both movies cover the themes of acceptance, with one not rushing them into society, I have to compare. This movie's rating was a bit above Mutant Mayhem's, but 2016 Leo was being a bit of a dick to his brothers and to them as a team when he shouldn't have in the first place, since as a team, they took down Shredder, so I've taken off points for that, Leo. But don't worry, at least you didn't have that weird and effective bamboo chest plate with holes in it from the last movie, so props to you, Leo. Out of the Shadows on its own is a fun and goofy tone follow-up to its 2014 movie with many improvements to characters as well as new versions of characters I didn't have a problem with. There was improvement with Out of the Shadows, and it had more notable pluses than minuses. Mutant Mayhem had many narrative issues and even had a draft where they did end up in school, but were investigating a foot infiltration, in which I would have been fine with. 2016's TMNT improves with a funner, goofier tone, standout moments and character designs, additions and recasts, but suffers with some majorly present character narrative choices with Leo, and unmemorable and underutilized characters. TMNT Out of the Shadows shares Mutant Mayhem's score of this 2016 movie being a 70 out of 100. Next on my to-do list on this channel is a review of the Saturday morning TMNT Usagi Yojimbo one-shot comic book. More TMNT content is on my Creator Nerd creative channel, Nerby Games gaming channel with a Shredder's Revenge review, and my Nerdware product review channel with an unboxing and review of some TMNT Funko Pop minis. Links to those channels will be in the description. Thanks for staying to the end. A previous and recommended video or playlist will be on screen now. Links to my other channels and support pages will be in the description. And if it comes down to it, subscribe.